Witchblade is one of the more obscure comics that people tend to know by name, but don't know a whole lot about. Published by Top Cow Productions, an imprint of Image Comics, it ran from 1995 to 2015, but recently got a revamped series that follows a brand new protagonist at the end of 2017. So what exactly is Witchblade? And who are the women that have wielded it? Well, these are all questions that we plan on answering in our list of the top 10 Witchblade shocking facts. Number 10. Sentient Gauntlet. Witchblade is a supernatural sentient gauntlet that bonds with a female host. It's conscious, intelligent, and ancient. While it's been around for ages, in modern times it was discovered by a man named Kenneth Irons. More on him later though. If an unworthy user tries to wield it, that individual will lose their arm. Yikes. But when it does form a symbiotic relationship with a host, it will spread and expand across the host's body to form armor, often shredding the host's clothes in the process, hence the Witchblade comic's sex appeal. The amount of armor often fluctuates based on the threat at hand. What else can it do? Well, it increases the strength and endurance of its host, can heal wounds, including fatal ones, is invulnerable, allows the host to have pyrokinesis, and can heal others, and can also summon additional weapons. Up next, number 9. The Darkness and the Angelus. Witchblade is the offspring of the universe's opposing primal aspects, the Darkness and the Angelus. It's a male aspect, hence why it needs a female host in order to balance itself out. The Angelus is a female entity who represents the light and order, whereas the Darkness is a male entity who represents the dark and chaos. Both entities can also choose hosts of their own. They made a sexual truce and created Witchblade together despite being mortal enemies. Up next at 8. Wielders. There have been many an individual who has wielded Witchblade over the centuries. There's over 33 of them. This also includes the likes of Joan of Arc. But the first woman who had it was named Una, who has a pet tiger and appears in 14 issues of the series, primarily as cameos. Up next, number 7. The cancelled film. Like most comic book properties, there was once a Witchblade feature film in the works. Back in 2008, it was announced that Witchblade would be getting its own film, scheduled to be released in the subsequent year as a production between Top Cow, Platinum Studios, and ArcLight Media, with Matt Hawkins and Mark Silvestri of Top Cow serving as the two exec producers. Cancelled before it even got to pre-production, the film was supposed to commence shooting in September of 2008 in Australia. Up next at 6. Sarah Pazzini. When Witchblade started, the host was Sarah Pazzini, an NYPD homicide detective. She discovers Witchblade while on a case that crossed paths with the villain Kenneth Irons, who had it in his possession. Witchblade abandons Kenneth and bonds with Sarah. Fighting off supernatural evils, Sarah also finds herself fending off those who want to use Witchblade for their own sinister agenda. Later on down the road, she's impregnated by Jackie Estacado, the host of the Darkness, which happens when she's in a coma, and both of them are actually unaware of this occurring, and she ends up having a daughter named Hope. Up next, number 5. Danielle Baptiste. Speaking of Hope, let's talk about her relation to the next host of Witchblade, Danielle Baptiste. Danny is known for being an impulsive yet good-hearted woman who was born in New Orleans, daughter to the police captain. She moved to New York to pursue a career in dancing, which is when she crossed paths with Sarah and the Witchblade. Danielle was given Witchblade by Sarah, although she would eventually give half of the gauntlet back to Sarah during her complicated delivery of her daughter Hope in order to save her life. Then Danny would eventually become the host of Angelus. Up next at 4. Kenneth Irons. Kenneth Irons is the primary villain of the Witchblade series. An international businessman and criminal mastermind, he sets his sights on Witchblade after discovering it in Greece. He tries to control it, and in the process loses his hand and his wife. Throughout the series, it's revealed that he's 800 years old, and was a Templar knight who drank from the Holy Grail, granting him immortality and a pretty sweet healing ability. Up next at 3. Alex Underwood. The current 2017 Witchblade features a new female host named Alex Underwood. Her story starts with her gunned down and left for dead atop a New York rooftop. This is when Witchblade finds her, right before she dies, and then she becomes the new host. But she finds that her newfound power has made her quite the target. Demons all over the city are hunting her down in an attempt to take her out before her power grows even more. In our number 2 spot, the television series. Now, despite the feature film being a bust, a Witchblade TV show did manage to come out of the woodwork. In August of 2000, a pilot of the show premiered on TNT that ran for 2 seasons in 2001 and 2002, starring Yancy Butler as Sarah Pazzini. It was eventually cancelled in September of 2002, and later had a made-for-TV movie released alongside all 23 episodes of the show in 2008. But fear not, another Witchblade show is in development for NBC. Back in January of 2017, the show was announced, and it will also follow Sarah Pazzini in her quest to track down a serial killer in San Francisco. And last but not least, in at number 1, the 13 Artifacts. Witchblade is one of 13 artifacts of power that the world's fate balances on. Each artifact requires a bearer or a host. The artifacts are said to guide the fate of the universe, yet if brought together, they will end the universe. How morbid. Aside from Witchblade, these also include include the Darkness, the Angelus, the Spear of Destiny, the Blood Sword, the Glacier Stone, the Ember Stone, Pandora's Box, the Rapture, the Wheel of Shadows, the Coin of Solomon, and the Heartstone. And then there is the mysterious last one known as the 13th, which is a great force of evil. According to the series, without it, the others are merely trinkets. With it, the 13 artifacts can come together and be one again, and the world will be created anew. Alright, there we have it, friends. Do you all read the Witchblade comic? Do you think its film adaptation will ever see the light of day? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you dug this video, please hit those like and subscribe buttons, and take a peek at the playlist we currently have up on your screen for more great nerdy videos. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Catch you all in the next one.